This is CAD 12, and what you're seeing here is not quite the final solution, but the three views. If you look at the directions, it says draw the front, top, and right side view of the object. And so what is given is the front and bottom view. So you just basically copy the front view, then add a top view. And the bottom view, we just mirror it to become the top view, and then create a right side view. And then on item 2, you want to show the surface finish symbol. Item 3, you want to put an LT3 fit on the 1.5 dimension. All other dimensions are 2-place decimal. Bring in your B-size border and title block. Export it to a PDF. And then submit it to me. So there we go. So this is what the three views look like. Here's the front view, basically a copy. It's got to make sure I get everything right. Make sure you got all the little fillets here. Okay, that's a fillet. Simply by, if you go to Home, you go to the fillet command, right, and then you type in the R for radius, hit R, or what is your radius? I put in 125. So, and every time you go to radius or fillet, you pick the two corners, and it makes up the radius. That's how you do the fillet. So make sure, again, your fillets, you got one here, there, you got one here, you got one there, got one down there. The top view, which is just a mirror, you got this one here, you got that one there. And this is a tangency. They say, well, it looks like a stop sign. Well, if you zoom in real quick and it looks like a stop sign, how do you do it? There's a command called regen, R-E-G-E-N. So you type in R-E-G-E-N and enter, and that's what happens. See, it regenerates, and there's one tangent point right there. You can see if I hit the line, the little ghost image shows you that the tangent point is right there. So if I drew a line from that endpoint, then bring it down, that's where that fillet ends. Okay, so it doesn't end at the center line, it ends where it's tangent. Just wanted to give you a heads up on that. So, and then the right side view is the right side view. Look at the parts that are not machined. If they're not machined, that means they have a fillet on them. So there's a radius there, there's a radius in there. And the same thing on the other side is flat at the top. So there you go. There's your three views. Now let's go ahead and dimension it. Again, everything will be 2-place. So you can just copy basically what they got there. Let's go to set my dimensions to current, either D or dim, either one, doesn't matter. So there, that dimension's right. There's one thing about, you don't ever want a dimension on the view, so I'm going to bring this dimension into here, and that's too thick, isn't it? It's supposed to be 500, so I'm going to drop that down. Looks like 60 thousandths. So what I'm going to do is through a stretch command. I'll bring that down 0.062, and there we're at 500. But that means this needs to be stretched down. .062 there, that should be a 1/2 inch. To check that's a 1/2 inch, we can go to Home, you can go to Measure, you go to Distance, check the distance from here to here, and it sure says it's 1/2 inch, so we're good there. Top view, it doesn't matter. Well, as we put dimensions on and things aren't right, we can always tweak them. This thing here is 1 1/4 inch. I'm sorry, dimension. It's 1 1/4 inch. It's 1 3/4. Got that. It's a good idea sometimes to check off or circle the dimensions you put on, so you know that you've put them in. Now you see where the 5/8 drill and it says M, and then it has the 7/8 M. That M means to move the dimension to the other view, so you do have the contour rule. So the dimension should be moved to this view. So when I put a dimension from here to there, it's 875, which it should be. And the dimension from here to there should be 1, which it should be. So that locates that, and then you can put a dimension on the diameter. 5/8. And again, you can double click and put drill next to it. And there's a 7/8 drill on that one, isn't there? Okay. Let's put our 2-inch. So it looks like from here to the bottom is 2-inch. See, I keep the dimensions in between the views when all possible. And since this is the contour here, I'm going to use that as the dimensioning dimension there, because it shows me the contour. So that's not right. That should be a 1/2 inch. See? And then this should be 1.5 inches. It's alright, well, I'll show you how to change them. I'm glad there's mistakes. And it should be 2.5 that way. And we're 2.5. See, I'm going to cascade those down. So again, I'll use my stretch command. Let me see what this other one is here. Dimension linear. It's from here to here. Let's see, that's not right either. So let's go to the stretch command. So I get SC for stretch. Let's do it again. Let's bring the, see what would be to 500. It would make it 29.029. There, makes that 500. And then we got to make that 029 that way. There. So I just fix that. Now this is a tolerance dimension. We'll look at that a little bit later. There's my 2.5. There's my LT fit. What other dimensions? Now they need to be 2-place decimal. I'll do that in a second. Oh, I need to do the overall. It's from the center to there. So let's put that dimension in. Alright, get their half. Oh, it's 1 1/4. I need to put that one in. Actually, we'll grip that one to that one. That'll put them on the line, and we'll go from here to the center. There. And I'll bring this one. Put another one from here to there. 3/4. Yep, that's right. Alright, now I'm going to make them 2-place. So I'll grip all of them. I'll leave that one go. right mouse click, go to precision 2. They're all 2 place now. A couple other things. Let's look at that tolerance dimension, which is right here, that 1.5. What you need to do is you need to go into your dimension, that little flyout arrow. Okay, and what I did is I created a new style. Say I called it LT3. So you go to New, copy a standard. Well, you start with standard. The new is not copy a standard. I'll call it LT3. I'll call it LT3 Alt. Okay, because it'd be another one. Then hit continue, and all you do is go through here and make the changes you want for that style. The changes I want are in the tolerance. All right, the tolerance method is going to be a limit, because it does say it went in a limit form. The upper value is going to be, now this is an LT3 fit. Now if you go to your tolerance chart, an LT3 fit means it's 1/1000ths bigger in the upper value. So I'll make that 1. Oop. Make that 1 bigger, and then 0 in the lower value. That's all you have to do. So let's look at this again. Alternate. Let's modify it. Let's look at, yeah. See, it's one. This little chart, this little visual shows you it's 1/1000ths bigger. Okay, so there's no alternate units. The primary units are still the same. Everything else is still the same. The only thing you need to change, you go to tolerance, set to limit, put your upper value as 1/1000ths bigger, lower value is 0. Okay it, and close. Now to change this, you grip it, right mouse click. Instead of change precision, you change the style. Okay, you can change it to LT3 Alt or LT3. You're going to create one, and notice how it changed. See, it made it 1 bigger. So there's your LT3 fit. Let me slide. You can either move it here or move it down so it doesn't get in the way. And that's the only precision fit we had on that. Yeah. All right. Let me save it. Control S. Make sure you save. Now, the other thing I wanted to get is the I created a surface finish symbol right here. All right. Now, based in your surface finish unit, you learned about this, and I don't need the 125 because the notes I put in here, you know, the fillets and rounds are 125 typical, materials cast iron, and the surface finish is 125 standard. So I'm just going to copy this symbol and move it around wherever I need. Now, if you look at the print, looks like there's one here. Okay, you can put. You don't have to put it on the surface. You could put it on the extension line. So let me just move this. So I want the intersection of that to there. Okay, so there's that. That surface has been machined. What else has been machined? The this down here has been machined. So let's insert. Let me just copy this thing. Put it over here. I'll put a couple of them. And I'm going to rotate that. And then I'll move it somewhere there. So that surface has been machined. This has been machined, so let's move this. And point of that, you can put it there. It's been machined. And this surface has been machined here. This one, those three. So let's I'll copy this. Here, go back to home. Let's go to copy. Put that. Let's put it there. I'll move it. About right there. Then I'm going to rotate this one. There's your rotate command. Want it the other way there, like that. There we go. Then move it. Then we'll move it. I don't want them crossing like that. Move that over there. You actually can move it here. So is it, what else? The back, those three at the back. We got that. This surface, those are machined. That's machined. So there's your surface finish symbols. You got 2-place decimal. We got your LT3 fit here. We got our views. So we just need to add the notes in the title box. So let me go ahead and insert the B-size border. That's not the one I want. There we go. There's our border. Now notice, if you can see, the border may not fit. That's fine. What can we do? We just move this over here, and we move some of these views. Make sure your ortho's on. Move it up a little bit. So let's move this. Turn your ortho off so you can, there. How's that look? Right like that. Then we're going to move the text up in here, where your notes are. Turn my object snap off. Now the text, there's that. Now let's go ahead and insert the title block text right there. What is the title? This is called the upper guide. Who drew it? Me. Scale's full. The date is, we'll say 4/20/16. What is the drawing number? It's 12. Just make sure it looks good. Yep, that's it. Then what you'll do is you'll go to, you'll export as a PDF. Alright, so before you do that though, make sure you double click so you fill the screen. Just double click on the mouse ball, it fills the screen, and then you can export PDF and you say current and just hit save, and then you can send it to me. So that's CAD 12.